Hey guys, it's Ivan from Indoor Ivan and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about buying plants from overseas and in particular why I decided to take a break doing so. So in reflecting back on why I stopped buying plants from overseas, there are three main reasons. One, the amount of money it costs. Two, potential shipping time and damage that could happen. And three, the time that you need to invest in those plants once they arrive. So buying plants from overseas can be very expensive. In an ideal world, you would fly straight there, talk to the supplier, and buy your plants. There is a couple in the area that does exactly this. They fly overseas to choose the plants that they want and they bring them back. Unfortunately, for most of us, there is always that language barrier that comes in that makes it quite challenging for us to just fly and bring back some plants. So for us regular folk who can't just fly and buy the plants that they want, we tend to look on websites. A lot of the plants come with a USD price tag, which means for us Canadians, we have to pay a conversion rate. On top of that, there is also, depending if you use a credit card or if you're paying through PayPal, an extra percentage that you might need to pay on top of that to get that change in currency happening. So I'm going to show you one of my invoices for an order of plants that I did. So as you'll see, shipping is quite expensive, and I tell a lot of people when they're buying plants, try to buy as many as you can, because once you start adding like one or two extra plants, the cost of the shipping doesn't go up exponentially anymore, and it kind of almost just flattens because you can fit so many plants in a box. But if you take a look at that conversion rate, you are paying, quite a bit more for the plants compared to if you were paying in American dollars. Another reason why I decided to take a break from buying plants from overseas was shipping. I tend to be quite an anxious person, so waiting isn't always my strongest suit. Waiting for plants to get packaged and to be sent on their way makes me quite nervous. However, if you are okay waiting for plants in the mail, it is something that you can do. I do tell people who I've spoken to who've asked me questions, try to buy your plants when the temperature is cool. You don't want to be ordering plants and getting them in the mail when it's really hot or really cold because you're asking for potential damage. I tend to, when I did buy plants, buy during the cooler months, so in the spring or in the fall. So potential damage, whether it's in a vehicle or waiting in a warehouse that's unheated, you don't have that major temperature fluctuation. And also with plants in the mail, take a look at that postal service and see if there are any delays. What you don't want to be doing is buying plants, having them shipped, and then be delayed in their arrival. The longer your plants are waiting in that dark box, you're asking for a lot of potential problems, such as stem and leaf rot. So you do want to make sure that that delivery time is as short as possible. And finally, the reason why I decided to take a break from ordering plants from overseas is the fact that they come bare root. When you get those plants, you need to re-establish them. So it takes a lot of time. When plants come in bare root, a lot of those roots are dried up, they're damaged. You need to get those back into soil and establish them out. So I just wanted to show you, this is my ZZ plant. This is a variegated ZZ plant, if you can kind of see the leaves there. I've had this kind of just stuck and not growing for, I think, almost like a year and a half. There is a little stem that is starting right there again, but it hasn't done a lot of growing. So if you do decide to buy plants from overseas, that is something that you do need to keep in mind. Are you willing to wait maybe half a year, year and a half for those plants to really establish and push out those leaves? If not, you might be better looking for plants more locally at a greenhouse or a specialty store. Anyways, I hope that video was helpful. When I first started importing plants, it was all very secretive. So it's nice to really see a lot of people talking about the struggles of importing, what they're struggling with, who they're buying plants from, and I'm hoping that this video will provide you some clarity before you order some plants for yourself. If you liked this video, please make sure to give this a thumbs up, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Until next time, bye!